I'll have the Twitter link in the private chat here in just a second.
Yeah. The thing
Okay.
that matters most is consistency.
Isn't that the truth? All right, gents, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, welcome to the TVL, the Beacon TVL show, the weekly podcast from Beacon DeFi, your beacon in the world of decentralized finance. I'm your host, Professor Chris. We got a great show lined up for you as we tackle the news of the week that's relevant to you, our dear users in the world of on-chain investing. Today on the show, we have the grand return of one of our best rotators ever, a world traveler from Talisman Wallet. We have world famous DJ Robert Williams. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Good, man. How are you? Hi, hello from, as you know, from Paris.
Oh, yes, Paris.
Oui.
C'est belle, c'est belle.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur. How's the food, by the way? I gotta know. I mean, I know you're normally in Mexico City where there is not a whole lot of GMO. So how is it in Paris? Much better?
It's even better, actually. Yeah, it's really good.
Good to know.
Yeah. They put a lot of thought and care into their cuisine.
I am quite jealous, sir. It's on my bucket list. Maybe we'll do that next year. We'll go hang out in some Airbnbs across Europe and stuff like that.
Or go to ECC, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll have to wear armor so we don't,
I know.
get yoinked.
Yeah.
And adding on to Robert this week, we have a new panelist, one of my fellow colleagues in the ex-co-host, shout out to ex-co-host cohort for summer 2025. Got my guy Lito Hilario here. How are you, sir?
I'm so good. Thank you for the invite. I'm looking forward to talking about all things Chris Soriano today. So let's do it. You're a good guy, and I appreciate talking to you.
Of course, man. We generally educate our audience on a lot of things that are going on in the crypto Web3 and on-chain space and how it really is it affects their portfolio. That will be the focus, and we'll come back to talking about ex-co-host in a little bit, probably a little bit later on. But excohost.com, gotta shout out the mothership there for that. Well, let's talk about what we normally talk about, guys. We'll start off with where the markets are currently. Robert, or now should I say Robert? Now that you're in France, we're seeing a little bit of that good old manipulation hanging around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me your thoughts on where the market's been going over the last. I mean, we're actually almost up 5% on the 24 for ETH. So, I mean, we're here. I mean, people are crying about 112K Bitcoin, like it's like the end and everything's going to zero. But guess what, buddies? If you sell, people are buying.
Yeah, I mean, I watched your Be the Banks show on last Friday. Yeah, and I'm just gonna, like you said, it's just noise, really, right? I mean, Bitcoin pullback is healthy, maybe like a double top fake out, right? It's very similar to like the, double top of 2021, with where it barely went above the previous all-time high, and then pulled back. I'd be really surprised though if that was the top, honestly. Everyone's just waiting for altcoins to take off. That's all it is.
No, completely agree. I mean, we're in a situation where Tom Lee from BitMine has pledged that he is going to own 5% of the supply. We have all of these treasury companies coming out, literally raising funds to buy crypto, to buy digital assets. All the blue chips, BTC, ETH, Sol, XRP, ADA, Hype. What else is in there? Tau. There's quite a BNB. We're looking at people. We're looking at companies raising tens of millions of dollars just to put these digital assets in their corporate treasuries. So, I mean, Lito, on your end of the spectrum, I mean, what are you seeing out there in terms of how people are thinking about this price movement? I mean, are people like crying that everything's going to zero, or is this just a healthy pullback at this point?
Mostly everyone that I've been speaking to far has had the same opinion that this is just a healthy pullback. It's just part of the market, and it's better that we see it now instead of a completely parabolic move up, which was after that. I just don't see that being healthy for the chart. So I think that we're doing well now. It's funny. I was with shout out to Mr. Greenity on Monday. We were legit talking about how, okay, we've been going up for a good bit now. we should expect that there's going to be a pullback soon. And guess what happened? Literally 2 hours later, the market nuked. So I don't think that there's anything to worry about now. I would, like you were saying earlier, I would be completely surprised if that was the top. I think that everyone I've been talking to has been saying like October, November, December is like when we'll be seeing like the real top. And there's other things that I'm, looking forward to and bullish on in this market, but we can save that for a little bit later. Yeah.
No, that sounds great. No, I completely agree. I don't think we're anywhere near the top. If anything, these are just tree shaking moments, as I like to call it. They're looking to shake the trees. Well, if we check out Bubbles, not the chimp. By the way, I found out Bubbles, Michael Jackson's chimpanzee, still alive and well at the Great Ape Primate. I don't know what you call it, house.
If I was
Florida.
Michael, I would have taught him how to yee-hee, but that was just me.
He's 41 years old now, by the way. Did you know that? Bubbles is 41 years old. That's amazing. Shout out to Bubbles. Speaking of crypto Bubbles, what are we looking at today? I mean, OXB still on the rise. That's OKX's token. I mean, not a whole lot we can do right now in the US about that, but you wouldn't think that we were down. I mean, Monero being down is expected. We're not going to talk about that on the agenda today, but a group has successfully 51%ed that supply. But I mean, we're seeing some movement. Arrow up 12.1. Conflux, the Chinese Ethereum, up 8.7. Aave 5.3. Arbitrum at 5.8. Where are you, AVAX? Oh, AVAX at 2.5 in the lower left corner.
Oh man, dude.
But we're they're starting to move again. People are bidding. This is what we like to call the TVL effect. I'm kidding, it's not what it's called. But we are seeing movement up and around. So something we've been talking about, this whole time is figure out beta plays, figure out altcoins, things that you want to accumulate, because once Bitcoin and ETH find their footing in this cycle, we're going to get that eventual rotation into these beta plays, into these altcoins, and you should be loaded up because it's going to move even higher, which is what we're looking to see. So I definitely wanted to kind of move on into the news because we do have some things to talk about. But Fear and Greed at 50, is it still 56? 56 is what we're looking at now. So we're getting into the greedy section. Ultimately, protect your bags, stay safe. If you play with leverage, you got to know you're playing with fire. And we never really did an open, but because people were asking if I use Windows, I actually just rebuilt my box. Because I had an unfortunate incident 2.5 years ago where my kid was spinning in my chair and she knocked my desk. And then for whatever reason, I had a 44-ounce soda pop. Yeah, it spilled all over my Windows box with my brand new, at that time, RTX 3060 Ti. But everything is okay. My power supply got borked, but I just got around to buying a new power supply, and I bought an open air test bench, just because I wanted to kind of see where things were at. But it just booted back up. I was freaking out because it didn't post. For all of you people who know what that means. But I guess I just didn't realize that it was fine, and I finally plugged in a monitor, and everything is fine. But I need to get back and essentially, there's one reason why I fired up the Windows box, because I've been a Mac user for with my MacBook Pro here for the last 3 years. Is I can't stream to TikTok with a Mac machine. I need a Windows box to stream to TikTok. So we're coming for you, TikTok. We're coming for you. Just know that. Eventually. All right, let's get over to the parts of the show that I want to talk about today. There's not a ton of news, to be honest, guys. So I wanted to point out some interesting things about security, mainly because this affects all of us. I don't know if this was on your... No, it's not the one I wanted to go to first. Let me grab the one I wanted to get to first. My fault. But we can certainly talk about this one first. address poisoning. This may not be something that a lot of people really understand or really know that this is an issue, but this happens a lot with people for some reason who send 140 ETH between between wallets or whatever, and this happens a lot. People are trying to keep their money safe, but somehow they don't double check their addresses, and an address gets poisoned. There's a couple different ways that this happens, but and you can't see it because it's blurred out here. But here in my over my left shoulder is a piece of canvas that says always send a test transaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's right. It's all blurred out, but it's right there. It says always send a test transaction. Guys, I have seen a lot of shit in this industry. I've seen people literally tell me that they staked $3,000 at Aave by sending it to them. I have seen someone send $1 million to the wrong bridge address on Binance. I have seen a variety of things that would blow your mind in terms of why would you do that. But yeeting into the ether is a real thing in this industry. Please send a test transaction. I have been in this game for more than a decade and I still do it. Even for like, if I'm sending $20, I will still send a $1 transaction. Why? Because you never know, especially for stuff like I just showed you on this screen. Gentlemen, are we still doing test transactions?
Yes, absolutely. I did one yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anything more than a few $100, but I'll start doing it for lesser now too.
Well, I mean, it's up to your comfort. I mean, for someone to lose, literally 140 ETH in this market by sending it to the wrong address is just, man, that's nasty work. What that is.
That's a life-changing event for most.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like some people are like, oh, I got rugged on a meme coin for 140 ETH. That's different. But if you lose 140 ETH because you sent it to the wrong address because you didn't do a test transaction and verify where you were sending it, man. This is why we whitelist addresses. This is why this person could have been a washer. Really, to be honest, they were probably washing, spinning up multiple addresses.
I wouldn't be able to sleep for a year after that.
Yeah. I mean, just look at these gifts say it all. Right?
It's
oh
pain.
Man, that's pain. That is max pain. All right, let me get to the other thing I wanted to show you, and it's about a drain that's happening. Honestly, I think this is an elaborate farm. I don't know if this is actually happening, but we're seeing people who are losing, like this one guy lost 50 sol or whatever the number was. It was a very small, it wasn't an indeterminate amount. It was 50 sol, but this guy is going and he's draining people over a call on Telegram by asking them to, because they seem smart, to help them set up an account on an exchange called Axiom. It's the same attack vector, and the reason I think this is an elaborate farm is because I've seen it 20 times now in the last 3 days. So ultimately, please, I really don't even know how to explain how to not do this. Just don't do it. If someone's going to ask you if they're going to pay, someone you don't know is going to send you money to help, first off, double check to make sure the coins they give you are the actual token, because it could not actually be real Sol. It could, and for most people who don't understand this, you can name a token that you launch anything. I mean, some of my favorite meme coins from the last cycle, like HPOP, Harry Potter, 8 Sonic Inu, Obama.
Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu.
Thank you. And the ticker for that is what?
I don't even remember. What is
it's
it?
It's Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
it's literally Bitcoin, the word Bitcoin, right? It's literally the word Bitcoin. The other one was XRP, I think, for the HPOP Obama soccer or whatever. Anyway, double check your token addresses, verify that stuff. That's the other thing that's on over my right shoulder. I have right there. You can't see it. It says don't trust, verify. You got to be safe. You got to be vigilant about your OPSEC and your security. So again, why I'm seeing people getting drained for over 650K. Why would you even use a wallet that has that much money on a call like that? Please, guys, take calls like this in a blank profile. If you have the know-how to create a special profile in Windows or in Mac, a guest profile to take. I mean, I don't even take most Zoom calls anymore. If people ask for a Zoom call, I ask them to either use my Zoom or we use something like Google Meet. I mean, there's too many people scamming people out there, and that's how you know we're in a bull market, right? That's just my that's just my take on it. What do you think,
Yeah.
Lito?
Dude, I've just heard stories of people very convincingly deep faking another person's face and making it pretty convincing that they're that person. Like, let's say you're a VC trying to get money from another person. You can use some sort of software in order to impersonate them. It turns your face to theirs. Or some people just say, hey, can I just not have my camera on, but I'll speak, and then they'll impersonate the other person's voice. Like, these are things that have happened. Also, you should definitely, if someone just randomly message you on Telegram asking for help or asking you something crypto related, you don't know them, they're not in any mutual groups or anything, don't answer. I have beautiful women in my DMs. Beautiful women in my DMs, like asking for crypto help. I don't message them because you gotta be cautious. Like, there's a lot of bad people in this world who are gonna try to get the gullible person. So just don't be that gullible person. Protect your funds. Protect your future.
And the worst part is half of them are scripts. Robert, what are your thoughts about this, man? This is getting nasty, bro.
Yeah, no, it's good to prepare for this before the proper bull market. I automatically block anybody, pretty much. I mean, I take a second to look at the profile, but I pretty much automatically block anybody that I don't know who DMs me.
Yeah. And I mean, it's gotten. I mean, I almost got yoinked by someone who had their Telegram hacked, but their Twitter was still correct. And I only knew that it was wrong because the link that was in the chat for me to click on, I copied and pasted it into a web browser, and I realized that wasn't legitimate. I'm like, I had to double check. I'm like, wait, what? That's not the link that's on my screen. And then so I was like, oh, okay.
And you're saying Zoom too. Like, Zoom can sometimes read your screen, right? So they can.
It just depends. I mean, ultimately, the issue with Zoom is that they allow people to. Well, actually, that's not even the Zoom part. They'll ask people to download a package, right? They'll make it seem like Zoom's wrong. You'll see one or two random faces on the call with you, and you're like, who are all these people? Nothing against people with their names, but it's like that's clearly not a Korean person's name with a redhead face, right? I'm just like, there's things that are happening. I'm just like, and if you wait long enough, this is the fun part. If you wait long enough, you'll see the loop. You'll see, you'll see these things happen where they're just like coming in. Like I said, they're getting really good, but to most people who are coming into DeFi now, this is not something that they're going to know about. So just understand there are a lot of people who, and I love the good nature of people, but you got to be vigilant about your operational security, what we call OPSEC, because there's people out there waiting on two things, and this is something we push in our community a lot. They're looking for people who are A, uneducated, and B, ill-prepared. You don't want to be either of those. So, make sure that you are well prepared, and hopefully you don't fall for this type of stuff. That leads me into our next specific talk, and this is with shout out to Lobster DAO. I'm going to go over this Friday on our 3 p.m. Beat the Banks community training. This is from Officer CIA, a very prominent content creator for security. He actually has put out his Web3 security and privacy stack. Now, before we go into the list, I want to say really quickly, you don't have to be overly vigilant about security. It's good to be really good with your security, but you don't want to be in a situation where you're like, I'm only paying for all my electronics in cash. I'm only going to be paying, I'm going to section off my home Wi-Fi for 3 computers that can't talk to each other, and I'm putting Tails OS on all of them. and or QEMU or something like that. We don't need Snowden levels of security. For most people, that will scare them away from being in this industry forever. You just have to be conscious and do things that are specific. And we talk about a lot of this in our group, but I did want to just bring this up really quickly in terms of what is on his list. He's got some interesting devices. I'll say that he has a Grid Plus lattice for his hardware wallet. Have you guys seen a Grid Plus
No, I don't know what
lattice?
that is.
Oh, let me show you the Grid Plus lattice. This is a honker of a device. It costs about $350. And the cool thing about the lattice is that it's up to 400 now. Inflation, right? This thing is a brick. This is an actual weapon if you decide to use it. But the way that it works is that every hardware wallet that you're going to have, and you get 3 of these cards, you just use it, you just insert it, and that's your hardware wallet. It has a seed phrase and all that built in. Everything is air gapped, so you don't have to worry about setting it up, on a web browser. You can set all of this up offline. So this is that's the really cool part, is that if you need more wallets, you just buy more of the cards. The cards are fairly inexpensive. I think like $10 a piece. But the one thing that's nice about the Grid Plus is the large screen. That is, I guess it's not that big. It's no, when I look at my Stream Deck, they're about the same size. This is, but it's a little bit taller. But that's what you're looking at. So roughly about 3 credit cards tall. This is the newest version. The other one was much bigger. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only bad thing is you can't travel with this, right? I mean, you can, but
be a pain.
Imagine putting this in your travel backpack or in your carry-on, and TSA sees this. You're like,
what
is that?
Looks a little suspicious.
Looks a little suspicious. But yeah, so that's the Grid Plus. This is the Grid Plus Lattice 1. So I love this big screen. For those who are possibly older, we have a lot of older people in our community. This is a godsend because this is large. You can easily read it. Ledger Stacks, Ledger Flex, they don't have a larger print option. Same thing for things like the Keystone. They don't have a larger font option, but you can do this with the Grid Plus. I don't know. Your thoughts, guys? Is this overkill?
Why would I not just get a regular Ledger or a Trezor? What's the upside of having this over that? That's my big pain point, I guess.
It would be just because the safeguards, you can have multiple of them, and they would each have a different seed phrase on them. So you'd have a really easy way, instead of having to buy multiple devices, just to have multiple cards. That's the ultimate convenience there. I don't know, Robert, would you take one of these?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to distribute funds across multiple accounts and wanted to go for like maximum security, I would. I haven't gotten to that point yet where I have enough in my account to warrant that. But if I had like multiple 7 figures in crypto, it's something I would consider for sure.
Okay, so it's not connected to the internet. There's nothing like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's air gapped. It's completely air gapped.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so there's that. And for people who would rather just, and my guess is, and I haven't checked too deeply into it, you can easily send money between, probably not. Yeah, probably. You could just easily just transfer between, like you could probably register cards, would be my guess. And then you can just easily transfer funds using the device itself, as opposed to, there's probably some really good things. I do like this green colorway though. That's pretty clean, I will say.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like look at this. Nice. Yeah.
Susan's got a comment here, former panelist as well. You are your biggest security risk. That's true. Mm-hmm. What's the letter in the middle of security? It's you. It doesn't start with you, but you're definitely the biggest part in the middle. So go ahead.
You're the social engineering vector, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just kind of looking through some of this, he uses a Softwin CN GPD Pocket PC4 for his notebook. That is that's a very specific model, sir. iPhone with Librem 5 on it. I mean, that is some I like that. I'm a big tinkerer, so the fact that you've actually jailbroken your iPhone and put a free Linux distribution that's security focused on there. Browser uses Tor, like the Onion router, like an actual browser. Molvad, I use Molvad as my VPN, so that's great. Telegram is his messenger. I mean, I'm not going to say that Telegram is the most secure because in a lot of ways it's not.
What do you think about WhatsApp or Signal versus
Yeah,
Telegram?
yeah, right. WhatsApp, Signal, definitely. The only difference is that Signal is well, no, Signal's good. WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted. It's a choice, right? So search DuckDuckGo, that's fine. Knowledge, Obsidian. That if you haven't used, so when he talks about knowledge, it's like a how you organize your notes, right? So Notion is a really popular platform. There's Apple Notes, Windows Notes,
Wasn't
OneNote.
the end-to-end encryption of WhatsApp question though? They're like,
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can go either way with Telegram, in my personal opinion. I just think there's more vectors on Telegram because there's a lot of shady people who use it. So I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
Email, these are two that we recommend, Proton Mail and Tutanota. They're both free. We recommend you always get a crypto email, crypto only email, and also crypto only on password manager only email as well to tie that together, because you don't want anything in crypto touching your personal stuff in terms of, you don't want to be in a situation where someone exploits, something you logged into, and suddenly you logged in with your email that's tied to what you pay your mortgage with, or various things. That would be bad. Grid Plus Lattice and Rabbi, we already saw the Grid Plus Lattice, so that's great. Yeah, he uses KeyPass for his password manager. So this means he definitely, in my opinion, has this. He has a device on his network that doesn't touch the internet that he has KeyPass on. KeyPass is an old flat file super encrypted DB system that I think is pretty interesting. So, man, yeah, just looking at some of these security things, what do you guys think? This guy's pretty locked down.
This guy is like the online version of a germaphobe. Like, he's what you would if you ever watched the show Monk back in the day, he's like the online version of Monk. Like, he's really like going above and beyond for a lot of this stuff. And it makes me think about your disclaimer from earlier. You don't have to be doing all of this stuff. Like,
no,
for sure.
You don't.
So it's interesting. This is just an interesting person.
Yeah, it's pretty it's definitely overkill, but it's cool to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see like somebody like thinking of pretty much everything.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of this stuff too. It's like he does traffic monitoring. Yeah, when I've onboarded some people into our mastermind that are super security conscious. Like, they have Brave with like where they log every hop that happens on traffic, and they literally are proving every single hop. And I'm like, or they're not allowing it if it hops more than 2 spots. And I'm just like, yeah, this is pretty hardcore stuff. When that's cool. For those who are curious, you can actually create your own seed phrases as long as you use what's called use a BIP39 calculator. You can do that offline. I don't know how all that gets claimed, to be honest. Like, can a calculator like accidentally create 2 of the same? But one thing to note about seed phrases is that not only is it to have the dictionary with the hundreds of words that it has in there, it also is available in multiple languages. The rule is it has to be all the same language. So I was like, oh, cool. I could have like Mandarin and Italian and Spanish all in one seed phrase. No, you can't do that. If only you could. That would be tremendous. But yeah, it all has to be the same language. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be down to have a Spanish seed phrase.
Yeah, imagine that trying to memorize multiple language seed phrases in your head as you cross borders. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Interesting tip here. I mentioned tails, right? Apparently, don't use tails if you want to achieve anonymity on the network. Choose Unix or Cubes. Cubes is the one that Edward Snowden uses. So
Isn't using a VPN with Tor also
Yeah.
counterproductive? It kind of like
Um,
messes up the whole.
Well, I mean,
Hey.
if you're really just trying to cover your footprints, right? Well, and we're not. I'm not a security expert. I don't know if you guys are, but
No, I mean it's like a little bit of that stuff studying computer science for a little while, but
right.
but you're not really supposed to use a VPN with Tor because it just actually denigrates the experience a little bit. I think. Right? Like
I
it
watched
makes
some video on it.
it makes Tor less effective. Actually.
Yeah, I watched some video on it. It's too much to explain for my brain. But you're
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
That's what I heard too.
and I feel that a lot of people are probably having their brains melting right now listening to us talk about this. But the overall point of all this is take your security fairly seriously. We tell people all the time in our communities, treat yield farming, treat crypto, treat blockchain investing like it's your business. You're going to be taxed like it anyway, right? So you might as well have a business-like attitude towards it. Think of all the security things you would want to make sure that you have, so that you are not in a position where if you get compromised, you're going to be in a really bad situation. So keep a business-like attitude. I would definitely say, one thing that we always talk about, obviously seed phrases, keep them secure. Don't take pictures of them. Don't put them in a notepad file on your desktop. Just be very careful about the things that you do. Double check links you're given. If someone emails you a link, check it out on an open browser profile that is not connected to crypto, just to make sure it's legitimate, right? Because people can get their accounts bought. Because my Twitter account is from 2006. The number of offers I've already gotten to buy my Twitter account is insane. And it's one of those things like, how much would you really sell it for? I'm like, I mean, I'll think about it, but I'm not gonna.
140 ETH. Yeah.
Ooh, that would be.
No, I'm just referencing the past.
Right. No, I'm thinking, I'm like, if someone offered me 140 ETH for my Twitter account, I don't know, man. I've already been building brand, so I don't know if I could. But that's a tantalizing offer. I mean, these are things that are happening. So don't take everything at face value. Don't try. I mean, always verify, and just make sure that you're keeping good password health. We always recommend use a password manager. That way, you only have to memorize one master password instead of having to, remember 25. Do use a hardware wallet. Have one specifically just for cold storage. Like literally, all it does is cold storage, and then you can have another farming wallet for yield farming or other DeFi or NFT activity. Mainly because you don't want any approvals from a blockchain ever touching that cold storage. You want to be in a situation where you're moving things to a CEX or to some type of on-ramp platform and then sending it down into DeFi. But yeah. Fun stuff. Let's go and move on to some more DeFi related news. This is a pretty interesting one. And really, I don't know if anybody truly cares about speed. Do you guys care about TPS? Honestly.
Once it reaches a certain point, it's hard to notice, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, once it's like added like a few thousand transactions per second, it's like, do you really notice the difference between that and 100,000?
That's the question, right? Because we have a couple of projects that are on the radar now. So Solana overall averages roughly about 2,000 TPS, and Solana is considered, one of the fastest blockchains on the planet overall. I'll give you a website that you can go to. It's called solanabeach.io. And you can track to see, oh wow, they're 3604 right now. Good for them. Yeah, they've been making a lot of upgrades to the network for the last year, trying to get to the next phase. Why? Because Phantom Sonic is like 10,000 TPS. Say, originally a Cosmos blockchain, now a layer 1 EVM chain. They have a ridiculous amount of TPS now. Plus, they have a huge pipe of 5 giga gas. It's a very large number. It's 500 times faster than what they currently were, and they were one of the fastest ever because they're also doing parallel EVM execution. Monad is one that a lot of people have been talking about. You might see that on your Twitter timeline. They're also doing parallel EVM. It's taken them forever to get to mainnet because Say has been out for more than a year with regards to do that. And they're eating people's lunch. GameFi is doing really well on Say. We're fairly bullish on Say. Avalanche has talked about beefing up their TPS to make it a much better thing. Mega ETH is another project that's coming out soon. They're pushing 10, 15,000 TPS to bring what's called streaming Ethereum. That's really what they've called it. So reason why I brought this up is that Mert from Helios, they put together a couple tests, and somehow over a couple of different transactions, they've hit over 105,000 TPS for Solana. Now, that's great, awesome in a vacuum, but to have this as normal, normal stuff, it's not the blockchain that's going to hinder this. It's the actual validators and the gRPC nodes and all the stuff that's in there handling that traffic. And frankly, Solana is fairly old tech, all things considered. Now, there's an offshoot of Solana called Fogo, where all of the validators are using the new Fire, or most of them are using the new FireDancer client from Jump. That's not even out yet, and that's going to be a much faster version of Solana. I think they're still in test. I think they may be in main. They're coming to mainnet soon. Either way, currently, well, maybe Solana's better now, but Finality. So Finality, just to give you a rough timeline of this on Bitcoin, block finality is roughly 6 to 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes, a new block comes in for Bitcoin. That's fine. They have miners. They're proof of work. Miners go out and mine those transactions, and then they get settled roughly within 10 minutes. Ethereum and Solana, they go back and forth roughly to about above 10 seconds. Say, Mega ETH, Monad Base, Arbitrum, all under 1 second. Pardon me, about a couple of 100 milliseconds. So it's already fast. As a user, you're never going to know the benefits of this. But for infrastructure efficiency people, for payment companies, this means a lot more. Because the Visas, the MasterCards, the Stripes of the world, payment options, fast settlement, data going quickly, this is what's going to lead DeFi into the future. So a good example, and I'll get your guys' opinions on this in just a minute. If emails can race across the globe in milliseconds, why can't money? Why does money still move at a crawl? Right? If I go to right now, after this show, I got to go pay my car payment. If I send it from my online bank to my credit union where my loan is, if I do that, that's a 3-day process.
I don't know if I hear him.
Uh-oh. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm okay?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me, Chris?
I can hear you.
I can hear you, Lito.
Uh-oh. Did you get rugged?
I think he stopped being able to hear us. Lito, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Lito?
No. Nope. He cannot hear us.
I can't hear you if you're talking.
We'll give him let's see. Let me check my ping. I think my ping is good. This is part of the conspiracy to silence all of this about high TP.
We're talking about Tor too much. They got us,
Exactly. This is part of the conspiracy to hush us. Basically,
so I was gonna say Visa is like 65,000 transactions TPS.
Yeah,
right?
they want minimum 50,000 TPS. That's what they shoot for, right?
I guess if you look at it this way, like if you have, should I keep talking or?
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, if you have, because like Visa is like a payment processor, right? Mostly for consumers, right? And so, but if you have trillions of dollars in capital that's waiting to be put on chain, that volume should be higher than everyday consumer transactions, right? You would think
It should be. It should be. Yeah.
Mhm.
To the point where we are in a situation where, it should be fast settlement, just period. Like it's just done.
Mhm.
Like you tap your card and it's done. Now it's not always that nuanced, right? If I go to the gas station, tap my phone, tap my card, we could be in a situation where it takes 24 hours to settle. Can you hear us, Lito?
Yes. No, I can.
Perfect. Okay, cool. But yeah, so the ability for blockchain transactions to settle instantly, which is what a lot of ZK tech does right now, without needing any challenge period, like on an L2 rollup, like Optimism, Arbitrum, and Base, I think is really strong. You will inevitably pay for it in gas because of the compute that's needed for such things, but overall, yeah. So what I was saying, Lito, is that if emails can race across the globe in milliseconds, why does money still moving across? DeFi inevitably fixes this.
Yes. Banks hate to see it, don't they?
They sure do, brother.
Yeah, it's great for. I've heard plenty of horror stories that would not have been fixed were it not due to blockchain technology. Like a friend who couldn't send money fast enough to their family in Peru, and well, because of the banking stuff, all that, and then they decided to get into blockchain and found out, hey, I can do this within the span of like just so fast. I can do it within a few minutes, and then they did it, and it just solves a lot of problems that people face nowadays. So,
well, I mean, people have been using Tron. I mean, for example, like on Binance or whatever, to send like super cheap stable.
Yeah,
USDT.
it's fast too, right? Tron is fast and it's cheap,
Mhm.
which is why they have $42 billion of USDT sitting there. So, yeah, we'll see exactly kind of what happens, but this will be interesting. I mean, congrats to them for hitting 100K TPS. Does it mean anything in the long run? I mean, does Solana still have transactions that fail half the time? But it's fast, right? So we'll get there. I'm not too worried about it. But speaking of Solana, the other thing I wanted to bring to our community's attention is Across is now live on Solana. This is actually fairly bullish news. They use intents. And they're not the first to do it. dBridge and there's a couple of different companies that provide intent-based liquidity swapping between ecosystems. Gone are the days of hours and days of bridging to Solana and vice versa. We now have Across, which is the underpinning mainly of Uniswap's cross-chain swapping. So that's what powers that, the intents in there. So this is big news, in my opinion, mainly because they're probably the biggest company to actually provide this. The question that I have for the community is, and this is me just calling them out, Wormhole, what are you doing? You came out with a really nice airdrop for all of us 18 months ago, and it's been nothing but radio silence. You got all these intent kids coming in, eating your lunch and making you look bad. Where is Wormhole, guys? Not that I love using Wormhole anyway, but regardless.
I think doesn't Anoma use Wormhole?
Probably. I mean, they have cross-chain tech, right? But
yeah. But yeah, now this is like where Wormhole should be, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's baffling that Wormhole has been so quiet. The W tokens in the mud. Not that matters too much, but for people who wanted to see Wormhole be a big part of DeFi right now, there's a big void from where Wormhole used to be quite honest. I mean, what is Wormhole? Right? It's a fitness and beauty company. I'm kidding. It might as well be at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lito, are you a big Solana guy, Lito?
Well, this past year and a half, I have been.
Yeah.
We were talking about how I mean, Solana does go down, dude. I remember when like Pump Fund was really going off. It was sometime last year.
Yep.
Remember when there was so much traffic that the network did go down a few
It did.
times, and that's
Oh yeah.
but like, yes, I am a Solana, big Solana fan. If I had to guess on like the ranking of alts, I think ETH is king of alts, and then I'd say a close second is Solana right now. That's where my thinking is. And I think that a lot of the people who aren't even in crypto, they'll hear, oh, Solana, oh, I've heard it before, mostly because of meme coin trading. So yes, I would say I'm a big Solana guy for sure. And then I'd say AVAX third, but I'm kind of biased. So.
I know it's fine. We'll talk about AVAX in just a minute, but yeah, I mean, we've long called them the people's blockchain, right? So this is not news for people to know very well about who Solana is, because they do really good things in Web 2. They're embedded in Shopify. There's a lot of easy ways with Blinks and all these other great technology that a lot of Solana-based companies like Jupiter have been building for a long time. Magic Eden, NFTs, and meme coins is really what Solana is known for.
Yeah, I think even Chainlink CCIP has gotten more attention lately than Wormhole. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, the last time I've heard of Wormhole, I think was a year and a half ago when they sent out an airdrop.
Yep.
Because I remember that same night me dumping it. Like, that's the last time I might have heard about Wormhole, dude.
You can't say that.
Oh, I can't. Okay, I did. That was my friend Jose Hilario.
Right.
Not
yep.
me.
Yep. We don't advocate dumping.
No,
at all.
Totally.
But what I will say is you should never apologize for taking profit. So that's what you were doing, Lito. You're taking the profit from, frankly, let's be honest, the hard work that people went through to just farm that event as an airdrop, with volume, with how long you've been in, stuff like that. Greg has a fun thing about, Solana's the kids play. It literally is. I don't want to pull back the curtain too far, but the amount of people that I know that are just going to college now after trenching in Solana for the past 5 years will blow your minds. You think 12-year-olds having $60,000 CSGO skins is weird? There are full NFT casinos. I'm not going to go into it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of young people on Solana with a lot of money.
Yeah.
That, man,
12-year-olds,
right?
12-year-olds don't pay gas. Yeah.
That's true. Wouldn't that be funny if there's an actual? Never mind. They can't even KYC. That's why gift card websites exist. I'm not gonna. I cannot. I'm being too degen. I apologize. All right. So before we move on, I have two things I want to talk about. Again, thanks to Robert, thanks to Lito for being here on panel today. We don't have a protocol to introduce this week. We will next week, but just kind of want to talk about the market, talk about security, things that, since we're in a little bit of, not saying we're in a lull, but we're definitely in, like, things are going to be happening. They're just not happening this week. Definitely next week, I think there's going to be some huge news out there. But please, if you haven't had a chance, check out our website. This is our free community, Total Value Lock, TVL. Absolutely free to join. Join the hundreds and hundreds that have come over here learning on how to take their digital assets and their crypto and do more with it. School.com/Beacon. Learn from the best of the best. Take the Beacon Challenge if you're here. Earn your first dollar in DeFi within 48 hours. You can do that. BeaconDeFi.io/challenge. Also available here in the at TVL. All you really need to do is just check out the Start Here post. You'll get a message from myself and our CEO Andrew, and you will find out more about what our offerings are. We have a lot of free content, but of course, if you want that white glove service, if you want that not financial advice to you and research help, get the right edge that you need. Join us at the Beacon Mastermind. And shout out to all of our Beacon Mastermind members, our founding members, and all of our challenge participants as well. You're all doing great things, and there's that. I also have a little bit of alpha for you guys. So, our friends from Symphony, fantastic trading terminal that is cross-platform, cross-chain. We demoed it 2 weeks ago. It is fantastic, guys. In my opinion, one of the best that's out there, if not the best that's out there right now, specifically for just an AI agent, a trading terminal, and soon DeFi features, and it's going to be intent, and it's intent based. But they have this thing tomorrow. The biggest on-chain event launches. I got this directly from Chopin. They're currently at a very secret place somewhere in Asia, just killing it right now with a bunch of other great founders. I'm going to tell you what that is. Let me pull up my notes here. I don't have a graphic for it because I literally this is hot off the press as of like literally an hour ago. Well, what does that say? That actually, I believe, says it's not a ticker. It's money. It's 40K, I believe is what it is. Oh, I'm sorry. It could be up to 400K, I guess. So they're seeding in what's going to become the largest on-chain trading competition in history by prize pool amount. 100% of all fees that are generated go into the prize pool. My cat absolutely agrees.
I heard.
Yep. And it's going to grow over time. And they're initially seeding it with $40,000 in the pool to start. There are 2 tracks to win. There's just an overall trading competition using Simpson, their AI agent. The winner will be top P&L by dollar amount, not percentage, by dollar amount. That's interesting. The pool grows bigger with each external protocol contribution. There are multiple protocols. There's at least 10 that are being put in there. Number 2, the second track will be a raffle competition. Every $100 in volume traded on the terminal equals 1 raffle ticket entry. To get in really quickly, you just go to symphony.io. You go to ai.symphony.io. This is Simpson. We did talk about the Simpson project, and in our mastermind on a Thursday call, I showed you how to definitely do an easy hedge. I took a 2x short on Bitcoin, and I'm farming it long on Katana. So, but definitely check out symphony.io from our friends over at Symphony Finance and their great Simpson terminal. Simpson is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. You literally do natural language. You can do research. There's a whole prompting cheat sheet that you can use, and it's going to be part of the. It's really the center of this thing this trading competition that starts tomorrow. Let me read the rest of the details here for you guys. So if you're interested, all you have to do is open up an account on Symphony. It's free for gas and free for trades right now. You do need to have $25 to start to fund your wallet, but for the raffle competition, every $100 in volume traded equals 1 raffle ticket entry. The prize pool goes over time. With each 10 million in volume, $2,000 is added to the prize pool. When they reach 1 billion in volume, the prize pool will be roughly about $200,000. So that's probably what that number is that's being pushed out. It all depends on the total volume traded. It starts tomorrow, and it runs only for 3 weeks. So get in there, get trading using Simpson. There are 10 of the top protocols in the space to help make it possible. 0 terminal fees total. That's great. So mini campaigns, we're actually going to have a referral code. So if you're interested, reach out to me. Happy to get you in there. That'll get you the edge and advantage that you need. Thanks to our friends at Symphony for telling me more about this. I can tell you that Gains, Arbitrum Blockchain, Alchemy, Layer 3 are just a couple of the companies that are already involved with this. I might be the first person talking about this. So this is hot alpha for you guys. If you guys are curious about this, head to ai.symphony.io and get in that trading competition. I want to see people from our community winning, guys. So are you guys gonna get in on this?
I'm checking it out now. Yeah, for sure.
I am.
What about you, Lito?
Currently,
very nice.
I'm bad at trading, but let's do it.
Well, that's why you got Simpson there to really. They even have like a scoring thing. Like you can literally ask any question you want, and Simpson will actually give you a score based off of its own models and telling you this is the best altcoin to look at right now by PE or something like that. So you can ask it all kinds of questions. It's very, very good. Very good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're actually looking to down the line integrate some of this kind of stuff into the wallet. So I'm always looking at different examples of this kind of new frontier.
Ooh, look at you with the segue, my guy. Did you mean to do that?
No, I didn't mean to. No.
Guys, let's talk about the Frontier stable token.
Well, I thought that's a cosmic coincidence.
I know, right? What a
Yeah.
man! Come on, Rob. You are messing with me.
No, I'm not. That was a total accident. I swear to God.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just laughing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Symphony is going to be great. We highly recommend it. We vouch for their founding team. I met them in New York. They're fantastic. But let's talk about Wyoming and the Frontier stable token. We actually covered this, I want to say, a month or two ago. You might have been on that show, Robert, when we talked about it, but it used to be called WYST. It was going to be a state-backed stablecoin. But they now changed it to Frontier. Note, it's not currently available for purchase. It's going to be launching soon, but I want to say that they've already launched it because they're launching it on AVAX. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's go, AVAX. Red Dorito chain engage.
Peter can stand up.
So, yeah, exactly. Well, let me go to this specific tweet from them. It is America's first state issued stablecoin. Let me bring this up so everyone can read that. It was called WYST. Now it's called FRNT or Frontier or Front, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful shot of the Grand Tetons there. It is programmable money. Let's see. It's backed by short-term U.S. Treasuries or U.S. T-bills and dollar equivalents, and it's issued directly by the state of Wyoming. And it is legally governed, fully audited, with 102% reserves live on chain. That's cool. So they definitely have the transparency there. This is, and because we covered this a couple of months ago, it was a little bit of just more of a proposal, but it's definitely real. They've been using it for real-time contractor payments, reducing timelines from 45 days to seconds. See, this is the real thing. This is why stablecoins, the Genius Act, all that stuff is important. When I was in Vegas for Bitcoin 2025, I went to an event for Hollywood about how they're going to be bringing digital assets and crypto into Hollywood specifically for this use case, because streaming payments to actors, to crew, that type of stuff, to consultants, oftentimes takes time, right? Because you have royalties, you all that stuff. What if they could make it super efficient and they just start earning it, getting it streamed to them to their wallet immediately? That's a real use case for an industry like the entertainment industry. So that they were really, everyone I talked to, super excited about the ability of having stable coins and other digital asset equivalents being put in here. So again, what's being said here is the real reason why a lot of entities want this. It's fast, transparent, and built for impact. Also, digital assets are censorship resistant, they're anti-fragile and censorship resistant, right? You don't necessarily get inflation with stuff like this. So real-time tax refunds, really?
Nice.
Emergency relief. And see, this part is very good too, right? Because, and we're not going to lean politically any way here, but getting governmental relief for things like natural disasters, emergency fundraising, things like that. These are things that A, take a lot of red tape, and B, are slow to get money for. This solves a lot of those problems. You don't get the cooking of the books because the blockchain can't be manipulated. Everything is transparent, or should be transparent, so you'll be able to see exactly where all that money is going, and you get fast access to it. So that's the really cool part of this. So Lito, I'll start with you as an AVAX enjoyer. This is big news for AVAX overall, that Wyoming is launching Front on the AVAX blockchain.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be another dot on the resume of AVAX, because I don't see these other chains doing, like, I'm not going to name names, but outside of like AVAX, Solana, or like even Abstract, now I'm not seeing a whole lot of mind share in these other blockchains in terms of real world applications. And I think that this is big because stable coins, I think it's going to be a big part of the future of cryptocurrency. So I don't know. It's just a bullish thing it's bullish for me to see.
Yeah, apparently it's live. Layer Zero's already got it off as an OFT, so that's
Hell
really
yeah.
interesting to see. That's super bullish. Robert, you are bankless. You've been bankless for 4 years, as you've
Yeah.
mentioned on this call.
Really?
Tell me more. Tell me more about your thoughts about seeing something like this as a. Obviously, you're not currently living in the U.S., but overall, your thoughts on this?
No, yeah, I think it's great. I think it feels to me almost like a test run for like a broader like national implementation. Yeah. Because like when you think when you look at things like real time tax refunds, or like you were saying, like relief, like governmental relief for different situations. I feel like kind of like that's where things are headed overall, with everything going on chain. And so, but the way I see it panning out is, I think that those kinds of benefits are going to be sort of like the carrot and stick
Right.
for getting everyone KYC'd and like within their rails, so to speak. So
Yeah, and that's going to lead to things like digital citizenship, like what they've done already in Buenos Aires, right? You're where all of this is all just done on chain. You get to own your digital data, and you have your choice as to how you want to receive this money. So apparently, they're using Rain for the debit cards for this. We need to get them on the show. I'm curious to learn more about that. It is a Visa integrated platform. So our talk while Lito was refreshing about Visa wanting a specific amount of TPS, AVAX must be ticking boxes for this, because they're not going to put stuff like this through here on a platform that isn't fast. So congrats to AVAX. That's huge for them. I know they're currently in the process of in not only just building adoption, but also getting more people to the blockchain, getting more people using the tech. So it could be that some of these subnets, if they have it on a subnet that they're doing for Rain, could be extremely fast. I don't know what the tech is on the backside, but this is very bullish news for AVAX.
Are they not calling it subnets anymore? I remember when they did. Is it now just L1s?
L1s, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had someone be like, well, they're not doing that. I'm like, okay, now I know.
Yeah, I mean, if that whatever they want to call it, right? That doesn't matter to me. I mean,
whatever
this
they want to
is.
call it.
I mean, I remember 2 years ago when we were talking about the battle between like layer, AVAX subnets and Polygon layer 2 super chains, or whatever they were calling them. And they're like, oh, they don't do that at Polygon anymore. They, oh, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do, guys. We're just reporting the news. So yeah, this is huge news. This is huge news, and ultimately, this is going to be the start of multiple things like this happening to you as a regular user. So that's why it's really important that we talk about this, because these experiments, as as Susan has mentioned on our panel before, we're in experimental phase. This is the start of something really revolutionary, something really global that will probably happen. Because all of this money is non-sovereign. No country, no, obviously the state of Wyoming owns this, but soon there will be coins that probably, well, there are already coins that nobody owns that are decentralized stable coins and stuff. They just have different mechanisms. So, but yeah, T-bill backed. This is good stuff. There's already debit cards on the way, even though Wyoming said it's not available for purchase. You can actually get it, I guess, on Avalanche now. So they've officially launched it as of yesterday. I'm sorry, yeah, yesterday, according to Layer Zero. So yeah, congrats for them. Oh, Sam, you funny boy. If $5 tether's on the table, so is $2 Frontier, right? Gotta love it.
I've been holding tether for years, waiting for that thing to pump.
I know, man. I mean, the worst part is that Cardano is just being a terrible DPEG stablecoin. I mean, you can't get. Gosh, ADA is like what, 92 cents? God, what's wrong with you?
Waiting for it to depeg to the upside.
Yeah. One day.
Do a reverse Luna.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, gents, that's the show for today. Wanted to just kind of talk about a lot of general market news. I want to thank our fantastic panelists today who are on. Lito, where can people find you, sir?
You can find me at my at Lito Hilario _ Hilario on Twitter. That's where I just like talking about cryptocurrencies, Web3, all that. So that's where you can find me. Thank you for having me on, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir, for being here. DJ Robert,
Yeah,
WG.
that's what's up. Bonjour. Find me on Twitter at Omega__84, where I'll be talking about Talisman Wallet all the time.
Yeah, and we have some fairly big news on Talisman right now, right? You've got a couple of big spaces. Do you want to kind of plug that for a second?
Yeah, actually, we just have a big BitTensor space. If you go to the at We Are Talisman Twitter account.
Yep.
We just had a big one with BitTensor about the whole validator situation there and staking and so forth. And we had Rizzo, BitTensor AI, and Mantat Minds on there. It was a really
nice.
good one. So definitely worth checking out.
3 very good organizations in the BitTensor ecosystem for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Stick around for me real quick as we do the little outro here. We do this show every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We've been doing this show every week since December of 2021, if you can believe it, where our job is to take the week's news, have great panelists on, and do some analysis and help educate you on what matters for your bags. Again, please join us, school.com/beacon, absolutely free to get to. Sign up. Join the many, many, many who already have, and be early. If you guys don't know, you guys are super early for this place is going to be different in a full year. And this time next year, we're going to have all kinds of crazy things going on. So get in now while there's a lot of time to set up. And yeah, let's see this market recover. Where are we at now?
It's looking better.
It's looking, we're getting a little choppy.
My meme coins are looking better. I'm sorry.
Meme coins are looking better. Yeah, for sure. We're a little choppy. 184 for Sol, 843 for BNB. Yeah, we're still looking good. XRP's got some work to do. They're down 10%, but XRP guys, you know what to do, guys and gals. Anyway, we'll see you on the next show. Come see us Friday, 3 p.m. We'll go over the officer CIA stuff. So if you're very curious about setting up something secure, we'll kind of hone in on that on our Friday show, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's live stream across all of our socials. Till then, 07, beacons up, banks down. Take care, everybody. Still need to get outro music.